Welcome back, everybody, to yet another short video of what's going on. I am your host, Jacob Carlson, and today in this short video, I want to simply talk about one of the greatest science fiction franchises to ever exist on the face of the earth, then and even now, and that is, of course, Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars. Now, why in this particular case would I talk about Star Wars when everyone else on the internet and social media has talked about Star Wars till the cows come home at this point? Well, personally, in my case, I discovered Star Wars back in the early 2000s when I was just a little kid at that point. I watched the original movies on VHS and eventually collected all the movies and the prequels on DVD afterwards. And I completely fell in love, hook, line, and sinker for this entire story. A story of human beings and aliens and droids all coexisting in a galaxy that's not our own and doesn't even take place on Earth at all. There's a reason for that, and I'm going to get into that in a couple of seconds. Star Wars, for over 4+ decades, has amassed quite the fan base and merchandise of all shapes and sizes. And basically, men, women, and children all around the world and of all ages have come to love Star Wars in all of its different colors and creeds, all across the spectrum of popularity at this point. Anyone has ever heard of Star Wars, you may not even ever watch the movies at all, but you definitely know a pop culture reference or two of Star Wars, for instance. So basically, what I want to talk about specifically is the one aspect that quite frankly a lot of people, a lot of the fans, some of the fans over the years have brought up over the decades, and that is simply the phrase that greets the audience at the beginning of each movie, and that is the phrase "a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away." Now, there's for me personally, that has two meanings. The first meaning is more obvious than you'd expect, because George Lucas took a lot of influence from history, from politics, from mythology and religion, and all that kind of stuff. Even fairy tales. The opening of "A Long Time Ago in a Kingdom Far, Far Away," that was the influence for that phrase. So instead of "Kingdom Far, Far Away," galaxy far, uh, galaxy far, far away instead. So that's what the first meaning was, and the second one is a little bit more tricky, if not maybe more controversial. As I previously explained in just a handful of videos on my YouTube channel already, talking about the ancient astronaut theory in the first place, how our ancestors were supposedly visited by otherworldly beings thousands of years ago, and so on and so forth. The phrase "a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away" is quite possibly the only logical explanation, at least in my personal opinion, that explains the entire franchise of Star Wars at this point. Because, at face value, according to the ancient astronaut theory, Star Wars is basically a fictionalized dramatization of human beings, extraterrestrials, and of course, intelligent AI super beings that all coexist in a galaxy that's not ours, and it also takes place tens of thousands of years in the distant past, for that matter. And that's exactly what that is. Now, in terms of explaining the ancient astronaut theory, not everybody is a big fan of the theory, but because not everybody can digest a theory that can potentially change your worldview or your place in the universe altogether. But you can digest it better if it was in the form of a story instead. And the story of a galaxy far, far away, also a long time ago as well, is more palatable to to the large audience that you want to attract. So basically, you may not accept the theory, but you can accept a story instead. And that's how we learn. That's how we learn when we're kids, and especially when we're adults. We learn it through the form of a story. And if we can dramatize an historical event, then we can understand it better, if that makes sense at all. And so basically, that's my personal opinion. I'm surprised that George Lucas never really did, or at least to my knowledge, has never really brought up Chariots of the Gods or Eric von Daniken's Ancient Astronaut Theory in the first place, given that the movie came out in the 1970s at the time when he was writing Star Wars in the first place. I'm actually surprised no one in the fandom has been able to ask George Lucas about whether or not that was actually a partial influence, because there are many instances in the entirety of the entire Star Wars franchise that mentions advanced humans actually influencing more primitive populations on distant planets in a galaxy far, far away. So if that makes sense, like primitive people being confounded by modern technology and worshiping these space travelers as gods and becoming part of their religion, or at least being the influence of all kinds of religions or mythologies in the first place. So basically, that's it on that. And for anyone who was ever thoroughly confused by the phrase "a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away," well, there you go. Quite simply, Star Wars is about ancient astronauts, and and basically that's why planet Earth is never mentioned, and that's why it because it's a galaxy far, far away. It's just as simple as that. And with that being said, my name is Jacob Carlson. This has been another short video of what's going on. If you want, please like the video, comment something you like or don't like. Please press the red subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And as always, I would ask that you please share the video with all the people you know and love. And as always, I would ask that you please take care of each other out there. Be nice to one another. And I will see you in the next couple of videos. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.